at this point, I think I am now from Barbados.
I mean, what else do we need?
I think we only need the passport.
I think it's sealed. We are Bajans.
We are Bajans.
We are proud to be Ghanaian, Kenyan stroke Bajans. So please, we need that passport.
We are.
How is it gonna happen, please?
I don't know. Maybe I have to.
Please drop a comment.
I have to.
Please help us.
Let me make this official appeal to Her Excellency, the Prime Minister of Barbados. I appreciate you so much, and I believe that you're the only one who can grant my citizenship. So, on behalf of myself and my wife, we'll be waiting for your response on our passport.
I can't wait to be Bajan. Please make it happen. Finally.
Hey people, guys, welcome and welcome good. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. This is the Pioneer YouTube channel, and I am _priceless once again on your screen, on your iPhone screen, on your tablet screen, on your phone screen, on your TV screen. Guys, it's another banger of a video. And who do we have on the table once again? Today we are giving another banger take on Wode Maya, how he is chasing, the Barbados Prime Minister towards granting him, the citizenship of the country. Guys, you see, Wode Maya has been the one, the self-acclaimed apostle, bridge gap builder between Africa on the continent, or Africans on the continent, and those in diaspora, or people of African descent that are what? Resident in places like the Caribbean island and countries like TNT, Barbados, Jamaica, and the rest of them. He has, self-acclaimed and appointed himself towards what? Pushing for that narrative. But we're seeing that this guy, despite the enormous, money he made from YouTube and other, platforms, or through massive contribution as he begs from people on the internet, he has never impacted anybody. But guys, I used to tell us Wode Maya is a certain individual who is on the run always, who is on the push always, who is on the lookout always to seek for external validation towards feeling the love that he has never had. And he goes after people, presumably that they're influential, people presumably at helms of affairs, people presumably at what? Calling the shot, dictating the shots in organizations, countries, or influential people in the 3D world, influential people like celebrities. These are the persons where the Maya is always on the lookout to, try to hobnob with them, try to come closer to them, try to foster, fake, relationship with them, so that he should be able to post, snap picture, post it on social media, or create content, post it on social media, so that low vibrational people, his followers, low vibrational people that they could not think, they could not see, they are not awakened, they are not in a high vibrational state, could be clapping for him, cheering him on, telling him he's a child of grace, he's this, he's that. Bro, you are not any child of grace. Bro, before you start, redeeming back the respect I've had for you once, is for you to start impacting. And it is for you to be proud of who you are, to be proud of where you are. This is Wode Maya. He's not always proud of himself. You see, he's right now denouncing the citizenship of his what? Birth, which is Ghana. And he's pleading, seeking, consulting, pushing how the Barbadian Prime Minister should be able to give him, or grant him citizenship of Barbados. And people like my own sister, wonderful sister, Rose Green, who always tell me, Wode Maya, you are not welcome in Barbados. And the citizenship could not be granted. Might be the Prime Minister could likely give you, because she's a politician. She may likely, try to toy the part of what? Publicity, try to toy the part of what? Leveraging those who have 1.7 million low-key vibrational subscribers. even though I'm part of the number, but it is not all of us, we are low-key. It is not all of us, we are low vibrational. It is not all of us, we are operating in quagmire state of mind. Most of us are operating from a vantage point, from an enlightened, informed mind. And we make informed decisions towards emancipating ourselves, our communities, people in our communities, and bettering the life of each and every single human being we've encountered in this life. It is not about us. We are living to impact others, but Wode Maya is living to impact himself. Everything is about self, 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 self. You always used to hear him, I want to meet this, I want to meet this president, I want to meet this prime minister, I want to meet... No! Bro, you should live for the larger common good. You should live for people who had no voice, or people who they dream to be where you are. The universe has been a bit, good for you. Why not use your platform maximally? Why not deploy your platform towards what? The glorification of people in your immediate community in Takoradi, Ghana, and West Africa, and the whole wide world. Just the way our own brother, Ayam Marwa, is doing from Kenya. Yes. And this is because of what? The pure kind-heartedness, the sheer generosity of Marwa that has prompted Wode Maya to instigate, to constitute, to establish, to, prompt and set up the toxic, lazy gang people whom have no any duty. Their sole aim, mission, and vision, core objectives is to go against Marwa, is to stamp down Marwa, is to clap back at Marwa, is to always said nonsense, rubbish about who Marwa is and what Marwa represents to them, because as narcissistic people that they are, in doing so, they want to, bring Marwa down. But you are fighting a lost battle. You can never bring Marwa down, because Marwa is somebody that has been chosen by God Almighty, and God Almighty has smiled on him. God Almighty is deploying and using him in a very huge, massive way. So why would you try to operate or uproot somebody that is deeply rooted in God Almighty, the universe, the creator? Is that not an exercise in futility? Is that not an exercise that which you could not win? So you people need to exercise some level of decorum. You people need to understand that there are some persons you cannot fight, and if you attempt to fight them, no matter how long it takes, there is going to be what? Repercussion. There is going to be what? Consequences for fighting a chosen one. But this is a certain Wode Maya, whom the toxic lazy gang, even though he bankrolled them and pays them, they can never see part in him, whatever he does. But I, priceless, pioneering, here, I'll be always checkmating you, putting your excesses in check and in limit, bro. Like I used to say, it is not coming from a hater. It is coming from a genuine soul that means well for the continent of Africa, for Africa to be great, for Africa to elevate, for Africa to grow. We need African solutions, African-centered narratives that could help us, not the fake narratives you are pushing that Africa to the world, and it has no fruit, it bears no fruit, it is yielding nothing. Instead, you are just using it as a leverage point to catapult yourself to where you've always envisioned, dreamed you want to be. Because without that subtle way of pushing for the African narrative, you will not have the opportunity of hobnobbing with the people you are busy chasing. Chasing. And that is how a typical human minds operate, especially people from Africa. Guys, tell me, have you seen where people in America or in the West, which is European countries, the Shanghai region, have you seen any content creator chasing after their leaders? Have you seen any content creator saying he wants to meet their leaders? It is only in Africa. Our people are low-key. They are low self-centered. They have this inferiority complex. They cannot stand bold. They cannot own up. They cannot man up. They cannot woman up to whom they were created to be. But I, priceless, like I used to say, I am a Nigerian that believes in himself, a Nigerian that believes I am not superior to anybody, neither am I inferior to anybody. And I don't need to create soft content. I don't need to create content that are, psychologically manipulative in nature to get the backings of my people just to push a certain agenda. I am not an underdog. and I can never be an underdog. I am not overrated also. We meet at a first level. You respect me, I respect you, and I respect you, you respect me. And that is what I believe in. Not always, trying to, exploit the psychological, the state of people, like what our brother Wode Maya is doing. Bro, to the point, right now, he's attempting to renounce his citizenship, his Ghanaian citizenship. That is how low-key people operate. That is how people who are not proud of who they are, who are not proud of what they have, who are not proud of what they possess inside, they'll be seeking for external validation without creating solid impact. Bro, create the impact just like the way Marwa is doing. That is what we want, and that is what we're after, and that is what we want to see. Bro, that's just the truth. Not creating content that you will be exploiting people's, this thing. Because much of our people, guys, let me tell you the truth, most of our people, they are coming from what? A suppressed, or they are operating from a suppressed state of mind. Because they've always been like, oh, we are the victims. Oh, because of my skin tone, because of my complexion, I cannot elevate, I cannot become anything in life. No. I am a Nigerian, and that is why Nigerians, we see ourselves as kings and queens, and anywhere we are, we operate, we win, we dominate. If you want to go bad, we still win. If you want to be good, we still win. Sorry if I sound like I'm bragging, guys, but I don't intend to. I brought that analogy to buttress what I'm trying to say. Bro, I want each and every African to behave and imbibe the spirit, the resiliency on part of Nigerians in operating anywhere you are. Don't look down on yourself. You are capable. You are gifted. You are unique. You are talented. You don't need to be anybody. You don't need to deploy pity party, narratives for people to respect you, for people to elevate you, for people to see as if you are this, bro. That is why I'm telling you, it is if you are not a low-key vibrational human being, Wode Maya, why are you trying to campaign and move for a Barbadian citizenship? He's moving, he's renouncing his Ghanaian citizenship. Always on the street begging, but people, the toxic lazy gang, could not be able to muster courage, could not be able to say the truth, could not be able to figure it and pinpoint it out, could not be able to tell him, Wode Maya, you've got it wrong. But we, as Marwas, people, we've even, you guys, I've created content here telling Marwa he has ate here, he has done wrong here, he has done wrong, and that is the definite definition about love. When you love somebody, don't just be deep neck into foolishness, into foolery. You need to tell the person what he's doing that it is not right. You need to tell the person what he's doing that it is not, good. And that is why you all know, guys, I have been telling Marwa what he has been doing that I felt it is not wrong, or where he has made decisions that, is wrong. But this is a certain Wode Maya, the toxic lazy gang, are what? Pushing for him, because they are low-key people. They are low vibrational human beings. They are not awakened. They are not enlightened, and they can never be enlightened. So they believe in the dictate of the 3D world, the matrix. They are still, taking the Jim Jones Kool-Aid. They are still drinking it. They are still living in that, and operating in that low-key quagmire state of mind. They cannot, and they will never, because to them, they envision themselves being where Wode Maya is. So they are using Wode Maya as an inspiration to be where they are. They want to hobnob also with people they believe caught and uncaught influential people in the world. But people will tell you, no, you are not our leaders, and you can never be our leaders if you are not creating impact. Create impact. We want to see impact. What are you doing with the influence, with the platform God Almighty and the universe has given you? What are you using it? Are you just using it to enrich yourself? Don't you know that God Almighty gonna ask you to account? That is why I'm always conscious of using my platform in a positive way, in a positive manner, creating compelling content that seeks to uplift people, push the best for Africa, and talking down on people who are self-centered, who are just only there on the street to push for what they will gain from people, or operating, or trying to use people in bettering themselves. So when you create impact, when you help others to grow, when you give others platform, just the way Marwa has done, it's good. And when people have, you offer to a platform to people and they abuse it, leave it. Judgment is of God, because you never, tell yourself that this is what you want. Universe chose you, and as universe chose you, they must be accountable. They're gonna answer questions whenever somebody abuses the opportunity, the platform you're giving them. Yes. So, guys, this is just it. Another banger of a video from, Wode Maya, from me to Wode Maya. How he is busy renouncing his Ghanaian citizenship, pushing to be adopted. Everywhere he goes, he meet people. Oh, I want you to adopt me. I want you to be my adopted father. The same thing he did with the owner of Innocent Chukuma, the owner of Innocent Cars in Nigeria. You are my father. He adopted me as a father. The same thing he's doing. He has done to many people. Dr. Wizit Mwale or this Ukwale in Kenya. The same thing. Bro, all those things you used to get, the largest finance and largest you used to obtain and get from those people, that is what I want you to use it towards bettering the lives of others in your community or anywhere you meet people in the world. Not just, trying to go after people and you are not helping anybody. That is not what we are after. We are after people creating solid impact, and you are not bridging any gap between other African diaspora if you are not impacting others, because you are making a hell lot of money from your YouTube, but you are not using the money judiciously. Instead, you come on this street and tell people that by fire by force they must contribute money, they must activate donation. Is that not? So guys, wonderful people, this is another video I brought to our notice how Wode Maya is busy begging the Prime Minister of Barbados to grant him citizenship. And we will keep assuring, spotlighting all his lapses, all his lies, all his gimmicks, all his, stuffs. So that's just the truth. My wonderful and wonderful people, it is really an afternoon time here in Abuja. The rainy season has started. Yes, rainy season has started in Abuja right now. So the rain has started dropping. Even yesterday we had rain, and it seems as if right now it's raining because there is a thick cloud, trying to form in the sky. Probably it will start raining from any moment now. So my people, it is always an excellent, wonderful moment talking to us, putting on my camera, talking to us, you watching from the other side. Just know that you are loved. You are really, really valued. You guys are the most valuable players in the world. So love you. See us again in another content. But we know the Barbadian, there are conditions attached to Barbados to grant anybody's, citizenship. And I know the Barbadian Prime Minister, she's not just a person that could not use her brain in a smart and excellent way. So see us again, guys. One love. Peace.